Hello everyone, my name is Mordred Viking and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of EU4. I just realised I did the intro from Critical Role. Hello everyone. So, what was going on last time? We are generally just trying to extend our hold over Africa at the moment. We attacked down here into Ajuran and Kilwa. We've taken quite a bit of the East Africa coast currently. We're moving towards Kilwa because we want their gold and ivory. And ultimately I want to try and take over South Africa if we are able, and then maybe crawl up into West Africa and Congo and the like. But we'll see how far we can get. The other thing I noticed while just checking things over is we can now see the Americas, and we can see how much land over here has actually been taken. So in South America it's actually relatively quiet, so it might well behoove us to try and get to South Africa as quickly as possible and then jump across into South America. Because a couple of people have been asking if we could do the colonial game, and that would certainly be one way of doing it. The other thing, of course, is to go into Indonesia. Meanwhile, up here in the north, this is Scotland. This is not Spain. This is Nova Scotia. So Scotland's still alive. They're probably pulling in a fair amount of wealth from that. In fact, I would even go as far as to say they're probably more colonial than Britain are right now, or England. Maybe not. I mean, England have come back in a really, really big way. They were on the verge of extinction. I still cannot believe that England came back from that. I mean, they were basically relegated to just the south coast, and yet they're still back. Who's Scotland actually allied with? Just Lubeck. Oh dear. Provence, Augsburg, and Milan. Neither of them have particularly good allies. Actually, Lubeck for Scotland would be much better, because Lubeck is going to have a big navy as a merchant republic. And with that, they could probably beat the English navy. And England is in fact at war with Spain right now. Oh, Scotland, now's your chance, buddy. I mean, they've even got rebels and stuff. Anyway, what is happening? Ireland lives, yes. Is that Spain and South Africa? I'd like to see some yellow. I don't know. I kind of suspect that this might well be England. That could be Spain, yeah. Have they taken any of the islands? Yeah, I think... No, that's Vigianga. Interesting. That might well also be Vigianga in that case. I don't know, is the simple answer. I'm doing well, thank you, Bob. Right, so we can do a cultural interaction, which is the all-power cost, which I don't want to do because we have no power thing to actually happen yet. How old is our monarch? 42. He's still got a few years, hopefully. What else has been going on? We are building our trade fleet now. Like going over the top with building our trade fleet. Possibly. And also... moving troops around, so I think... No, this was just fighting rebels. Or did we just fight Karakanulu or somebody? I think we just... Yeah, we just finished fighting Karakanulu. So we took the lands up here, we took the lands down here, and they are now just up that area. Yeah, we wanted to take these rich territories. And that is why we have a call for peace. We also have a bunch of money. We do have some loans to repay. But I'm wondering if we actually want to spend some of that money on some more shipyards, so that we could get our naval force limit up even further. I mean, we've already done a fairly good job of building them in many, many places, but I think I'd like to see them in a few more. Just so we can really get the force limit up and do loads and loads of light ships. Alright, that looks all done. What about mosques? Are there any that are going to be particularly valuable? A couple. I bet workshops are going to do better. Yeah, wow. 0.48 from sugar. Alright, there are some insane workshops available right now, so let's go ahead and build those. What about trade? Cairo could do with a stock exchange. I think Soba could too. Alright, well that's all the money gone. That was easy. Spent it all. Milan isn't a bad ally. Rich North Italy owned by them. I mean, Milan or Tuscany, although the two are probably going to be at odds with each other. There are actually some really big wars going on right now. France is fighting Spain. So it's France and England versus Spain, apparently. Let's actually have a look at that war. Oh, and England has northern France. I just noticed that. It's the 100 Years' War all over again. You are fighting Argentina, Cuba, Spain, Gascony, Honduras, Florida. Is this a colonial war that's spread to the mother countries? I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be. England, Australia, Augsburg, Provence, Milan. No, it's England that's declared war on... No. Oh, wait. It's the Independence War. Argentina is fighting for independence, supported by Spain. Interesting. That's gonna significantly weaken the English. It's also gonna make South America even more rife for colonization. I might well need to consider this. Having a Mamluk South America would be quite interesting, I think. How far am I from getting another idea group? I have a feeling we just got expansion. Yeah, we did. I mean, we could change it to exploration. Except for the fact that we're generating almost no diplo points. Nah, we'll keep it to admin. Because we are producing loads and loads of admin, we should be able to shoot through the expansion ideas pretty quickly. And that is going to lead to things like the global settler increase bonus. Although that's the only other colonial one. Then we can fabricate claims in overseas trade company regions, which we will be able to use to expand into like India and Southeast Asia. No, I think we have enough going on right now. And I'm going to trust that past Mordred was merging these armies together. Past Mordred indeed was. Let's group you. Right, do we have any rebel... Yeah, we have lots of rebel chance. The other thing we probably want to do is start training our armies. Because currently none of them are doing that. So let's go ahead and train the 4 armies that actually have commanders. My army is expanded rather dramatically. You guys are fortifying the colony. Which is in fact there. Okay. Right, because I'm trying to cut that off so we can just keep this. And then after that we want to probably start colonizing down this way maybe, towards the Congo. Then we could go across Africa into the Congo. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Right, and that would then query, why are you short? You have 28,000... I'm going to assume, yeah, okay, you're 14, 6, 10. The others were 14, 6, 10. Yes. Alright, never mind. Am I able to get any more commanders? Yes, I can have one more general, which I'm going to go ahead and do. And we are going to stick you in here. Tsar Oslo, we're going to start you drilling. What was that about army professionalism? Ah, we just hit the 3rd tier. Sweet. So we can now regain manpower when disbanding units. Nice. Get cores in South America eventually. Yeah, cool. Excellent. And we probably don't have a truce with the Ottomans anymore. We don't. Right, conversions are ongoing. We are converting a lot of stuff, and we did just finish a mission as well. Do we have another conversion mission, I wonder? Colonize Bhutan, conquer, and improve relations. Where is Karahisha? Karahisha. Oh, there we are. Ottoman territory. That is probably doable. It would give us 10 years of extra manpower. Who are the Ottomans allied with right now? Naples and still Russia. Can I force you to break your alliance? No. Ottomans, can I force you to break your alliance? No. Disappointing. I suspect it's because they are both great powers. Yeah, Russia is actually the 3rd greatest. As much as I want to take on the Russian bear, we do have a lot of manpower. The Ottomans at this point aren't really a threat to me. Although they do still have 100,000 men and 84,000 manpower. Russia has 210,000. That's more than me. Well, it's Russia, so why are we surprised by this? We're not surprised. Alright, so be it. Just continue. It's fine. And we gained a bunch more imperialism CVs. Cool. Right, let's go ahead and start converting. Actually, while my piety is so high, I'm going to go and start converting the really difficult ones, which we wouldn't be able to do if we didn't have 8.5 missionary strength. And then in terms of missions, I don't know. Right, where's Bhutan? Because that's going to, if we take that, 1. No. AUN. UAN even. That's freaking miles away. I probably can't even reach that. So yeah, that's not going to happen. Improving relations to Transsaxonia would be easy. It would give us additional diplomatic reputation. I think I might go for the Conquer one. Or I'll just have... I don't know, I'll take none for now. It's fine. Alright, so we're making more money. Growing popularity of tobacco. Price of tobacco increases by 50%. Okie dokie. Are there any other workshops that I can be building? Not really. Let's go ahead and get another trade building in Dumyat. Alright, marvellous. That's a lot of ships. Why aren't they joining together? Who's this? Aden. Yeah, you just keep on protecting trade in Aden. Which we do control, so I'll need to think about where I actually want to deploy these ships. So Aden, we could do with more holding. I mean, we're losing a lot of money to just being stolen there. We could also, frankly, do with some more in Alexandria. Well, we are building more ships up there, so that should be fine. And then after this, we're shifting money from these two. So what I should probably do, because it actually increases the value if we go from here to here back home, we're going to massively need to increase the amount of ships that we have in Goa. I think that this set are going to be in Aden though. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to protect trade. Aden. Right, those are all heavy frigates. What are the current ships? Those are heavies. Those are heavies. Alright, so we have heavy frigates everywhere. So our trade power is going to be increasing rather dramatically. And we can also get another additional merchant. We are far enough ahead of time that I think that would be fine. We do have a fair amount of corruption though, because overextension is high. Am I coring? I'm coring all the things. Alright, so we have an additional merchant. We do have a merchant there. We have one here, which is grabbing me a ton of money, actually, in Aleppo, which is cool. Basra. You know what? We have more control over Basra than we do Aden. And that would allow us to go into Aleppo than to Alexandria, where we're getting like 90% of the money. So then we would only need to control Hormuz, and I would guess that Hormuz would be easier to take with ships. Oh yeah, undoubtedly. We just need to take Oman out. And then we're basically pushing the money up the Indian coast. That would mean that we need to take Indus. I mean, actually what we could do is go push the money from Aden into Hormuz, Basra, Aleppo, Alexandria. And because it's taking a longer route, that money is then increased in value. And we're already pushing as much of that as we can. You know what? I'm tempted to do that. So we would need a merchant here transferring trade power. Will the Mediterranean be Mamluk one day? That's what I'm kind of hoping for. Alright, so that fleet that I just put in Aden, I think I might actually put in Hormuz. That was... what fleet was that? Have you already merged? Must have. Are we still building a bunch of ships? Yeah. We'll have enough. So I'm not going to switch the Aden switch just yet, but we will eventually. Military access from Baluchistan. Sure. And another conversion. So once again, we're going to continue doing the hard ones. And also a new Diplo advisor. These are all the expensive ones. So we could really do with a Merchant Guilds guy, whom we cannot recruit. Ulema. Admin. Admin. Diplo. That would send you up to 71. And that is dangerous because it wouldn't reduce for quite a long time. Yeah, I cannot afford to give you 20% influence. Because 71 is danger zone, right? Pretty sure that 71 is when the tables flip. Or is it 80? It might be 80. What is the danger zone? Damn it, it's the kind of thing I should know. For estates. Not U4, EU4. I don't really care about Hilton Estates. Ugh. Right, 80? Not 870, 80? Yeah, so it's 80%, not 70. So I could do it, I just cannot take any events which will increase the Amir influence. You know what, I'm going to risk it. It only went up by 15. Never mind, it wasn't a problem. Alright, that's fine. So, we can hire this dude, who is unfortunately Turkish. He is not Egyptian, so we don't get the 25% reduction as well. But hey, he's still cheaper. And... yeah. The only decent one is our admin guy, who we could also try and promote again to a level 5. What? How old is he? 42. He is promotable. And how much over my naval limit am I going? Only barely. I could honestly afford to build some more ships. So let's go ahead and queue those up. I'm just going to spend the rest of my money, I think. Should be zoomed in a bit more so I can actually see where I can get multiples. On those. Those are all 3s. You guys are 1s. 2s, 3s, 4, 4. 2. Let's go up to 3 and everything if I can afford it. That'll do. So how many ships is that now? 182. I mean, once we start going over the naval force limit, it's not a huge problem, because any money that we're losing for the extra payment, we're gaining because of the extra trade. Our admirals are expressing concern that our focus on land is becoming too much at the expense of the fleet. Have you just seen how many ships I just started building? I could also save a buttload of money if I took that. So if I cancelled all the shipbuildings and then started again. Although military tech cost minus 10% is also nothing to be sniffed at. How long does it last? 1705, that's 10 years. And you're expecting that would hit in 1711, but that is with the 45% extra cost. So it's going to be before then. I'll take the military tech cost just because monarch points are always more valuable. Hurtful trade policies. The interests of prominent merchant households are being hurt by our repressive trade policies towards other countries. The merchant guilds support these families and have now petitioned us to compensate them by at least opening up some other restrictions on trade to compensate for their loss of income. So we can get 10% more trade efficiency, or we can lose trade efficiency. Their influence is currently 69, so this will go up to 79.1. Which is definitely freaking danger zone. And apparently we only recently recruited the minister who died. Advancement to merchant classes lasts until 1700, so that's 5 years. So we do lose 15% in 5 years. But if we do anything else with the merchants, it's going to be bad. This is another 10% trade for 10 years. Gonna risk it. Hey, these guys owe me big time. And that is a lot of development cost reduction. I don't have any points I can really spend. What about military? I'm going to go ahead and do some of the military upgrades. So we're going to do this by cost. And then anywhere was green. Which is basically just going to be Ankara, because it's really cheap there, apparently. Okay. Right, we are still building loads of ships over here. So let's grab those ships, select all of you. Make sure we don't have the trade fleet selected anywhere. No. Right, let's move you here. So you 16 ships can go to Hormuz. We will actually call you Hormuz. And this is also putting Oman firmly in our weapon sights. So, with that in mind, what would we need to do to take Oman out? I think the main... Wait, we have an alliance with them? No, it's not our alliance, it's their alliance. Alright, start building a spy network. Operation Kill Oman will be a go soon. We're still gaining corruption, but that's because we have... Oh, in fact, because of our high overextension, we're not actually making as much money out of trade as we should be. Trade power abroad, minus 64%. That's going to suck for them. It's going to be amazing for us, because we're already making 74 ducats out of trade. Our income's now up to 50. And that's with 5 of our 6 stacks in training. Military access from England. No. I actually want England to die. Right, did they win the war? It's still ongoing. Spain is pieced out, though. That's not good. Although Argentina is actually really big. We've just expanded our maps even further. Mexico's independent. They split from Spain. Wow, the colonies are being really aggro. Colombia's independent too. That's very interesting. It's not even 1700 and the colony's already splitting away. I wouldn't be that surprised if Nova Scotia does at some point too. I didn't have my armies ready. Although there is one army which is on full strength, go ahead and deal with them. Although you could have been drilling. You guys are all drilling, that's fine. You're fighting that battle. No leader, I know. And they did outnumber us quite significantly. This looks like it could be a loss. Oh, it's going right to the edge. No, it was a victory. Oh, sweet. Well done. It's because they were so heavily trained. Which, of course, immediately just disappears. Natives rising up, but I have armies there, so... Alright, let's continue getting those. We've retaken that province. Excellent. We will be sending troops out, but that's fine. Are we still building ships? Yeah, we are. And that's fine. How long until the conversion, or the coring's done? Almost. Good. Alright, so let's have a look at this now. So we have 35% of Hormuz now controlled. Needs to be more. And honestly, it's only going to be Oman that's really blocking us. We're already second. And no one else has any territorial claims. It's the territories that are dangerous ones. So it really is just Oman with their territory controlling that. Also, what do these do again? Trade node power +5, spy network construction +25. We could actually do that. It would help. Improve relations. You know what? Go ahead and do that. Because it will help us get the claims on Oman so we can just sweep in and take them out. How's the aggressive expansion? It's not actually terrible. It's high with people I don't care about. And Oman's allies are Afghanistan, Transsaxonia. Afghanistan's fairly large, but we can just station a couple of troops over here and it wouldn't be a huge problem. Also, you are fully upgraded. Actually, we should probably look at upgrading these guys. Yeah, you definitely could be upgraded. You could also be upgraded. And probably, you're already level 6. You as well. You're also level 6. Okay, so our forts are actually pretty decent. Which is lovely to see. Right, and then you guys are ready. Deselect Aden. Grab you guys. Sail in here. And group you. 22 new ships. Are we going to send those to Hormuz or are we going to send them to Aden? Or to Goa. You know what? I'm going to send these to Goa. Although it does actually say, if you hover over this, total change will be 1.77 profit. 15 profit in Aleppo, 15 in Aden, 5, 18 in Goa. But that Goa profit... Yeah, that's just the trade value in that place. So we actually care most about the homeland. So Alexandria will be barely anything. Aleppo would be a big improvement. Why would Aleppo profit go up so much? This will increase our trade value. What the hell has that got to do with trade value? Oh, because it propagates trade power downstream. But again, why does that have anything to do with trade value? See, I've never really understood these statistics. They seem kind of irrelevant. And then going into the Gulf of Aden. Why does sending ships protecting trade increase trade value? It doesn't. That tooltip is broken for a while. Yeah, I thought as much. Like someone mentioned in the past, why don't you ever use that? Well, that's why! Okay, so... Do I want you in Aden? Because Aden is such an important crossroads, and there is a lot of money going to it. But also, I'm not taking much money from Goa yet. Or do I send you to Hormuz, or even Indus? Although Indus isn't worth a huge amount. Although it will be. So, okay, so the question is really, am I going to be sending money to Goa, which they are already doing, so it would actually help me out, and would mean I don't actually need to hold Ceylon. So I could put a merchant somewhere else, like Indus. You know what? I'm going to do that. We're going to have the merchant from... Whoops. Transfer trade power. The guy in Ceylon right now, you go ahead and transfer trade power there. And then all of that money is being pushed into Goa by them, which is fine. And then the Goa... They're currently keeping, but I would quite like to take it for myself. But we will need to push it into Indus. And then from Indus, it's currently mostly going north, which is a bad thing. So I think that fleet is going to go to Indus. Wherever they are. Where is that bloody fleet? Have you just automatically added to Aden? No, I don't think so. Must have. There were like 20 ships. Where have they gone? I have a feeling they were... It was them, it was Goa. Right, because I'd already named them Goa. You're actually going to... What did I say? Indus. Indus. I'm an idiot. Protect trade in Indus. Hey, 94th minute. They sailed off the edge of the world. No, it was just a case of Mordred idiocy. They're not making a huge difference in Indus right now. I think they would actually be far more valuable in Goa. So yeah, you are going to be the Goa fleet. Not Goa. Goa. Unless I want you in Aden. But I have a lot of ships going to Aden already. So yeah, we'll put you in Goa. Alright, I'm kind of curious to see what this changes. So we're currently pushing 11 out with 7%. End of the month, 22%, 19. So we've gained another 8 ducats-ish. Of which... half of that, so 4 ducats will be going on to Alexandria. Yeah, that was a pretty good gain.